Hello scrapbooking friends, and thank you for joining me for another video. We are back in the house of scrap doing our scrapbooking, housekeeping and fix and file. We're on album number 26, which is the third album of 2020, and I'm showing you 30 layouts today, and this is the album, Black We Are Memory Keepers vinyl album. And what I keep forgetting to mention is there's 30 pages here, but I count double when I'm showing you this process. I count double pages as 2, but when I file them on my Dropbox, it's 1. So although I've got 111 layouts in my Dropbox for this year, it's actually a lot more pages than that because they're double pages. So if that makes sense, I just thought I'd clarify that because I was going through it myself the other day and it just occurred to me that that's what I've been doing. Not sure if I've been doing that from the beginning. I think I have. I think I've counted every page as a layout during this process. But like I say, once they're filed away on my Dropbox, their 2 double pages are just counted as 1. So let's get stuck in here. So this is quite an interesting album because it's during the early days of COVID lockdown, so you know, not really an awful lot to scrapbook about in terms of events and things like that. But what I've noticed in this album is there are quite a lot of throwback layouts. So I was obviously looking at my older photos and doing a throwback layout. So yeah, there's quite a few of those in here. Of course, there's lots of the doggies too. So this first one is all 3 Cavaliers here. So we've got this lovely dotty paper here with 4 3x4 landscape photos of the doggies here, and I've done it kind of like a film strip here with this sort of banner piece on the left side, and then I've added this kind of textured cardstock. Oh no, I haven't. It's a whole banner here with paw print stamping, or no, that's paw print pattern paper. And then this is white tissue cardstock that I've laid the photos onto like a film strip. I think that's what I've done. And then I've actually got film strip pattern paper across here, plus this Say Cheese pattern paper. And I've got 3 little wood doggies here. This Chamel title, Click Click, Project Life card here, and then a flare piece and a wood camera. And I've said here, an impromptu photo shoot so I could send Mum some photos. Oh, this was on the 21st of June, so that's Mum's birthday. This is Elvis looking very, very fluffy during lockdown. So this is like a, I don't know, sort of like a grey textured cardstock with this really awful pattern paper. Don't like that pattern paper at all. Love these photos of my boy, but not keen on that. So don't know if I'll keep this actual layout. Some stapling here. So I've got these 2 4x6 portrait photos of Elvis layered onto this 8x8 dog themed pattern paper. And I've named this Sasquatch. This is a map Thickers chipboard alpha set, which I was quite keen on at the time. And the date here, and then I've got some stickers, camera stickers, some phrase stickers, a little wood button here with a cottage on it, sticker here, pattern paper. It looks like I've cut a frame in 2 and added that here. Corrugated tag. I couldn't think of the name of that the other day. I think I said brayer, but you use the brayer to create the corrugated tag. I don't think I've got my brayer anymore. Wood heart, wood adhesive pieces there, green glitter tag and a craft tag. And I've just said here, Elvis has started to resemble a Sasquatch during lockdown. I had to trim his paws for his trip to the vet and to stop him slipping. This was 2 months into lockdown, so no, 3 months, wasn't it? Almost 3 months. Yeah, that was in June. So the other thing is with the layouts, you probably know already because I scrapbook originally by date of layout created. So when I show you an album, I'm showing you it by the date of the layouts created, the dates that the layouts were created. So there may be some that are similar theme that are not together because I didn't create them at the same time. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm trying to say. So this is this lovely pattern paper. Absolutely love this pattern paper. And it creates a lovely kind of like section at the bottom here for the title, and then a little bit of embellishing. So I've got these 2 4x6 pictures of Chester that I've layered onto some pattern paper. I've stamped paws here and bones, and then there's a 3x4 card here and a what's that called, a hot air balloon sticker. I've got my filled corners here with my wood domes and my enamel circles. Chester Chaplin. So this is that lovely black foam alpha with the silver, you know, emphasis on the letters. And this is, this is another quirk of Chester. So I call him Chester Chaplin because sometimes when he walks, when he's walking, he kind of does like a bit of a Chaplin walk. So you have to see it to believe it. I don't think I've actually got a video of him doing it, otherwise I would have popped it at the end here. I don't think I have. A 3x4 card, same as that one. Craft tag gone the other way. With my tags, I'm happy to do them whichever way suits the layout. So if I think it looks better this way, I'll do it this way, or I'll do it that way, which is probably the more traditional way of doing it. And I've just realised I've got 3 clusters of these as opposed to just 2 filled corners. I've got another cluster here on the tag. When Chester gets going and is happily trotting along, he really has a funny swagger, just like Charlie Chaplin. This is the 3 boys again. So lilac textured cardstock with this striped pattern paper placed to the bottom right of the layout with a 1/2 inch frame around 2 sides there. Lots of brads used here. So I'm wondering if this was a challenge or whether I just felt like using my brads that day. So a filled corner of brads, 3 little bow tie brads here, a little cluster of brads here. And then I've got this, again, this wood alpha, self-adhesive wood alpha, the little Chamel puffy there. I've cut out punched out a circle and there's a little tassel here. Beautiful textured layered camera here. One of those lovely bow ties, one of those little tassel embellishments, and there's a doily hidden under there as well. This craft tag, and another little cluster here of little brads. All 3 boys have now been to the parlour. They look very smart and I'm sure they must feel better too. So they'd all had their trim and this was the end of June. This is a 1/2 and 1/2 diagonal layout of Elvis here. Normally I would do it this way. Occasionally I do it this way. I'm not over keen on this layout, more probably because I'm not really that keen on this pattern paper. It's actually pre-printed this way, so I haven't created it. I thought I'd created it, but it's actually pre-printed pattern paper. Yeah. So, yeah, not over keen on the pattern paper, I have to say. So, 3x4 card here with, I've stamped this lovely stamp here. Elvis teddy bear stamp. That was my very, very first stamp that I ever got. And that is what started me card making, which then started me scrapbooking. So that's the start of my paper crafting journey. And an American friend sent that, a friend in America sent that to me. Can't put my hands on it just at this moment. It's in the drawer, but yeah, very, very first stamp, and that's what got me started on stamping and creating. That lovely little foam glitter alpha there, teddy bear. This is a reference to an Elvis song, of course. Lots of stamping here. So a little Project Life card here, a little diamond sticker, a corrugated tag and a craft tag. And I just said Elvis was very much in need of a trim. He was very fluffy, my teddy bear. I'm sure he must feel better now after his trim. So this is kind of the same time as this, and this is before and after. So look at him before and he's sticking his little tongue out there, bless him. And then that's him once he's had his trim. Yeah, that's a nice memory. I don't like the pattern paper. I think I will keep the layout just because it's, you know, precious photos of my Elvis. So I've used a specialty paper here. This is green textured cardstock with this specialty paper, which I'm thinking it was Chamel, because I used this on another layout, didn't I, for New Year's Eve layout. Have I shown you that already? I think I have. So yeah, specialty paper. And what have I done? How have I adhered it to the page? I've probably, I'm not sure, used a bit of glue or something onto the photos. I might have even stapled it onto the photos. So I've got kind of a grid type layout going on here. So landscape and portrait 4x6 photos of bud mounted on white textured cardstock. I've got the journaling piece here mounted on gold. Mirror card with this velvet rickrack ribbon. Little puffy alpha here. I've made my own banner with the wood triangles that I like to do. 3 little enamel squares here and that lovely gold glitter chipboard alpha that I like so much. I've cut out 3 tags here from my punch, and I've just done a little bit of stamping. I added a number 3 in the puffy here, and then I've set eyelets in it, but for some reason I haven't added twine, not sure why. Now this is Buddy on his 3rd birthday. So lovely photos of him on his 3rd birthday. This was before he went through his haircut, because he went, oh, was it? Let me think. No, well, it doesn't look as though he had a haircut, does he? Oh, yeah, those photos were taken on the 26th. So, yeah, he definitely hadn't had a haircut then. The Budster is 3. He's noisy, cheeky and naughty, and we wouldn't have it any other way. He still has lockdown fare and it suits him. Handsome. Have a tail wagging time, I've stamped there. Yeah, actually he does look quite cute, doesn't he, with his long fare. Yeah, little cute boy. And all those descriptions of him definitely still apply. So this is Elvis's 14th birthday. So purple or lilac textured cardstock with this lovely heart pattern paper here, silver doily. So centrally placed photo and title, and then extending, embellishing really. So this is that Chamel Alpha, foam Alpha, wood flare type piece here. I've punched out this circle, stamped a large paw, and then I've added wood hearts and a button heart into those areas. Journaling piece here, a little die cut from Chamel's box of crayons. This is Sparkle City, red wood heart and a phrase sticker with staples. And I've said here, my precious boy is 14. He's doing well. He had some issues with his heart during the lockdown period and now has to take medication. He's a brave boy. The weather wasn't good, so he stayed home. Oh, such a good boy. This is Chester, so this is that lilac pattern paper again, textured cardstock with this travel themed pattern paper as a banner piece, and I've left a small sort of frame here, very small, like 1/4 inch, and then I've done a bit of layering, so I've got purple cardstock here, and some gold offset slightly, blue as well, and then the photos framed in white textured cardstock, or is that just smooth cardstock? Sparkle City foam Alpha with a few sequins dotted about here, a couple of clusters of glitter domes and then sequins here. This piece is cut from Sparkle City again. 2 flare pieces and a glitter dome and a sequin, and another punched circle from gold mirror card, and then this little puffy My New Stuff. Chester has a new collar, lead and harness set. He doesn't look too happy. He looks very much like Billy in this photo. It does actually. My dog Billy was a little bit eat-or, you know, sometimes was a little bit grumpy looking. Chester don't look too happy there, does he? It's photo shoot. But yeah, we finally got to the shops to get him some proper gear, you know, because he had to go to the shop to try it on and everything, and hadn't really been to a shop before this time. So when was this? Have I put a date on there? Must have been around June time. July I've done the layout, so yeah, July. It might have been July when we sort of everything reopened a bit. Okay, so this is a very busy ledger type pattern paper with added florals. Yeah, and it's got these numbers down the side for the ledger. So I've just used that as kind of like a very busy background, and I've utilised kind of the ledger design to place my embellishments. So it's sort of top left to bottom right, but it has also got these filled corners, pre-printed filled corners. 2 4x6 portrait photos of Chester following my husband around here in the garden, which he still does. Flare piece, ampersand, foam ampersand, floral ampersand, that's a puffy ampersand, and a little chipboard piece here, puffy alpha here, and a little puffy apple there. And this is foam, black foam, same as this one. I'm just saying that how he shadows my husband in the garden. Chester is happiest when he's outside. He loves to just mooch about, and I've said that before, haven't I? And then there's a little piece here from that same bloom type alpha set. This is pattern paper, half and half page with a frame left here. This is Cartabella paper, beautiful texture to it. 1950s sort of design that I really like. So yeah, this is an unusual design. I filled my corner up here, some banner type pieces and cutter parts here with some enamel circles. Punched out some circles here from different pattern papers. A little enamel circle in the middle of the O there, and this doghouse dress it up piece. Foam blue alpha. And what am I saying here? I'm saying, after months of waiting due to the lockdown, Chester finally got a new bed. Of course, as soon as I put it down, Bud climbed on. Chester is such a gentle giant and he would be happy to share. He needs a much bigger bed than Bud. So yeah, Buddy claims everything. Anything you put down, he claims. And this is dog-themed pattern paper and another pattern paper under that 4x6 landscape photo. This is Chester's birthday. So this is this lovely stripy pattern paper here. sort of placement along the bottom section of the layout with a filled corner for the title, and then some embellishment clusters here. So I'm using the large enamel glitter domes again here with the 3 colours in 3 places, well 2 places, and then I've kind of added 2 flare pieces here as well. So whether I didn't have another gold one, I did, because I've still got them now, so I'm not really sure, but I obviously chose to do this design here. This is the silver tag, craft tag that I've faux stitching, puffy sticker set, Chamel Sparkle City, a little journaling piece here that I've added to the side of the page. This was actually, I don't think I've trimmed that. I think that may have come out of the little booklet like that. I'm not 100% sure. One of those lovely little paper bows, and I've framed this 4x6 photo with cork, so I've layered it onto cork here. And then I've just said, we will never know Chester's birthday for certain, so he shall have an official birthday. All my boys get a birthday. So this was 10th of July, but we've actually since found out that his birthday is more likely to be in June, 24th of June. We had 2 kind of different sets of medical records for Chester. And when we first got him, we thought he was older than he is. So actually at this time, he would have only been 8. We found out later on. So yeah, he's 2 years younger than we thought, and his birthday's on a different day. So we'll never know for certain, but we are going with him being 12 this year, as opposed to 14 this year. And to be honest, he's not. I don't think he's a 14-year-old dog, so I think that age is more appropriate. So this is me documenting my very first Elvis festival that I went to in 1988, and I obviously kept the brochure and put it in here, all the things we get up to at an Elvis festival. Yeah, so I take a picture of that and printed it. It looks like 5x7 to put on the layout, and then I've kept the actual brochure. So this is this lovely pattern paper, pretty sure Carta Bella as always, with this lovely texture. And then I've added this piece here in blue texture cardstock, and then this musical note themed pattern paper over that, with again sort of 1/4 or 3/4 of an inch frame around that. These gems here in 2 places. I've got this glitter foam alpha that says dance, phrase sticker, chipboard piece, 2 cut apart journaling pieces from Chamel, and then this is my original security pass to get into the festival. My very first Elvis week, the first of many, my first time going away on my own. I travelled by train. I didn't know any other Elvis fans. The absolute best week of my life, and the highlight of the year for many years. My love of Elvis shaped my life, or has shaped my life, I should say. So yeah, that was very first Elvis week, and then the following year is when I met my husband at Elvis week, although I'd actually met him in the summer at an Elvis disco, but yeah, it was Elvis week where we sort of met across the dance floor. Pattern paper, torn edge here. These very original 1970s photos that used to get developed like that with my precious grandma there, Nana Holloway. No longer with us, sadly. So yeah, so it's just documenting these very old photos of me on the beach. And when I was looking at the photos, I took a close-up and I thought, I'm wearing flippers, which was, I thought was, look at my lovely knobbly knees there, which was, I thought was highly amusing. So I titled it, What's with the Flippers? So bit of stamping and then that blue foam alpha there. So I've sort of created a frame, haven't I, around this. So I've done stamping, a little die cut. I've cut this piece myself, a die cut ice cream, wood, a hot air balloon, suitcase, card candy pieces, a little cluster here of a pearl gem, a little button brad, and then a little floral piece there. More stamping. These are dies cuts that I've cut myself. I've got the dies for these. A little brad, corrugated tag, craft tag. More stamping here with the little bikini stamp. The only time you'll ever see me in a bikini when I was like this age. So this, I was obviously much younger than here. So they're 2 separate photos. So I'm documenting this one with Nana. I'm not sure where this, yeah, I don't know. This, you can only see the top half of us here, so I'm pretty sure I wasn't wearing flippers, but I think I'm pretty much just documenting like a holiday with Nana coming with us. And so I've said Nana was clearly on board with my flippers phase. Such happy holiday memories. And this is a craft tag, and I've actually stamped this onto here, so this cake must have come from a travel themed stamp set. Love this, and I've done a little die cut arrow here just to point out the flippers in the photo. So this was in the 70s and this was in the 80s. And then I've done this as a double page spread here. So yeah, does it, which way does it? No, it goes this way, doesn't it? Yeah, this way. So this is double page spread, just documenting the garden flowers, really, my favourite flowers in the garden. I'm no gardener, my husband's the green fingered one. I just like looking at flowers. Double page spread. I'm pretty sure I did this in celebration of Moira O'Reilly, my lovely friend Moira, one of her milestones on YouTube. I think that's what it was. It was definitely to celebrate Moira. So it's quite a busy layout, and as I was picking these up earlier, this little gem here fell off, so I had to glue that back on. I think all the others are fine. So I've got all these 4x4 photos of the florals in the garden. These are like my favourite florals. I love lilies. I love daisy type flowers as well. So we've got top left to bottom right, really, with some gems and wood pieces in the centrepiece, and then I've created two little florals here with gems in these corners. I've got some wood butterflies, wood camera, wood owl, and I've created this title using different sort of elements. I've got a button here, wood pieces, stamping, a mixed foam alpha here, some black, some glitter, another button. I've got these lovely little butterfly, ladybird embellishments. I've done texture paste across here and here with my Tim Holtz stencil, and here this wonderful has been used in texture paste and seasons, and I've added a little bit of green colour to that. Doily created a floral here with a little bead and some floral paper florals. That's a butterfly and a little flare, and they're similar here with this fox paperclip floral, a little metal butterfly with thread and a gem, and a wooden house here and a flare piece. And this is that alpha, that other foam alpha with the black and the gold that I've mixed here. Stamping here, little bird, little doggy, little squirrel, which kind of represents our garden, because we get a lot of birds, squirrels and doggies, of course. And this is one of my favourite stamps with the doggy looking at the butterfly, because my dog Billy used to chase butterflies. And I've got these little puffy pieces here as well, butterflies. So yeah, very busy layout. Do like the photos, very striking. I do actually like, I'm not so keen on the pattern paper, but I really do like the embellishment on that one. So this is another one of those throwback layouts. So black textured cardstock, this kind of cream textured cardstock, and I've got the photo here in the bottom right, and I've sort of done I've done a frame of stamping with an odd embellishment here and there. So I had these 1950s themed banner pieces and these little shoes, saddle shoes here, and then I've got this die cut piece which is at the hop. This is I've cut this myself, this 50s piece. Foam alpha and stamping. Lots of stamping here using some of my 1950s themed stamps that I like so much and don't use too often. Pattern paper here offset slightly from the photo. This is Elvis Sweet 1988 again, and this is me just before I sort of became a rockabilly, and this was actually a fancy dress outfit that someone lent to me for the fancy dress competition. But on these Elvis holidays, people tend to wear a lot of people wear 1950s kind of dress anyway, so I think people thought that was like my outfit, but yeah, that's not my taste in outfit, but it's okay for fancy dress. I don't think I won the fancy dress. I wasn't very original. This pattern paper here that I have used before, I think I've used yeah, it's double-sided, isn't it? It's the Chamel one. I've used a sheet of this before with an Elvis layer, I'm sure. So this was, I've kind of left it quite plain. So these 4x4 photos of Chester just chilling, this white foam alpha here. Another one of those lovely bows, mirror heart, gem heart, wood heart, a flare piece here, some floral embellishments, a little wood doggy here, a sort of a lemonade beaker there, or jar. And then I've just stamped So Happy, and I've said, Chester just cracks me up. He loves the garden. I don't think he'll like the winter. This was in August. So this is another layout of the doggy. So beige textured cardstock, there was lovely yellow spotty text pattern paper. Got all my corners filled here. Centrally placed photo and title and journaling cluster. And then I added tag here. So I've got this lovely puffy here. Some little lemon and lime and puffies, and a tag with an ice lolly on and an ice lolly chipboard. And then I've got a little puffy lime slice, a wood ice lolly, chipboard, summer piece there, and then this lemonade jug with puffies again of the fruit, citrus fruit. This lovely summer tag with the baker's twine, and that another one of those lovely bows. I'd forgotten all about those bows. I'm really liking those. This is the mixture of the Chamel, 2 colours of the Chamel field trip, I think it was. And then I've got this, these are very similar to those ones I used on my birthday layout. I'm wondering if there was more, it's a larger packet, and I've used some of them here. So absolutely lovely they are. They are puffies, but they've got such a nice texture to them. And then I've got this little photo epoxy on foam, a little ampersand, and then just this strip of pattern paper here, white textured cardstock, and it's actually smooth textured cardstock. And I've said Buddy and Chester found the perfect place to stay cool on a hot day. So this was in August, and can you see they're both there? Look, Buddy's under the table and Chester's lying in the shade. So that's a fun layout, isn't it? Another throwback here. This is to 1992 Elvis Week, red textured cardstock, pattern paper. Some layering of papers here. I've got stars in the filled corner here. These are wood stars. And then I've got this pattern paper. So I've got the vinyl record pattern paper, and then I've added this red on the top. So maybe I only had a small piece of that. And then I've got this piece of this pattern paper. So this says dance in foam, wood musical note, heart button piece there, a little sticker of a vinyl record, those sequin confetti pieces again stuck here, another tiny sticker and a sticker there of the record. I've got this frame, wood frame, I've got the year there, black puffy, hearts here, so red wood, bare wood and flare type wood piece, and then a couple of stickers here. And then I've said, looks like we are all set for another night of dancing to the King at Elvis Week. Those chalets at the Hemsby Pontins camp were terrible and never improved. They just got worse. We didn't care too much. We were just there for the music. Oh gosh, yeah, they were horrendous, those chalets. Yeah, and even haven't been to one for a few years now, but even when I went to one before, they were not a lot better, to be honest. It's a very throwback photo here. Me and my husband ready to go out and do a little bit of dancing. Here's another throwback layout. So this is dark blue textured cardstock with a lighter blue textured cardstock placed on the top of that. So I've got this Chamel Alpha set again with this tassel and some baker's twine. I've added some washi tape to this original. This is an original photo of me. I would have scanned it as well, but I've put the original photo on the layout. So I think because I was wearing the Western themed shirt here, I've made it Western themed. So I've stamped this reward stamp here, and that's, I don't think it was even from a set. I think I bought that as an individual stamp. And then I've just created this sort of embellishment section here with all the different stars. So I've got the wood pieces, the gems, the gold wood, the metal, and then the glittered ones, and there I'm going to have to re-stick that because it's coming loose. And then I've got boots, class, and a little sass here, which is from one of my favourite Western themed stamp sets. And then I've got a torn journaling piece here with a bit of stamping, some of those Tim Holtz star brads, and a little pearl brad here. Looks like I was a fan of Western wear, even age 10. Not so sure about the knitted tank top though. I would definitely wear that shirt even today. Yeah, I would wear that shirt today. Then we've got a frame piece here with this cute Chamel foam alpha there. And before, I'll pop that over there because I need to do a little bit of repair on that. So this is a pattern paper here. Lovely pattern paper, the colour of mushy peas, I think. Not really the colour, but sort of green. It's green, isn't it? So that's all that matters. So yeah, this is a very clustered layout, isn't it? I've got enamel dots in the filled corners here. I've created a little banner using the wood triangles that I like to do. 4x6 photo of me, 3x4 photo of Elvis. This is a 8x8 fish and chip themed pattern paper with some 3x4 cards, a little frame here, some butterfly sticker, a flare piece, a sticker, floral stickers, another one of those lovely bows, very small white foam alpha that says Shanklin, texture paste here, Joy. I've added some red ink to that. I've got these puffy chips, puffy citrus slices here, and it's obviously documenting the fact that we went to get fish and chips. So this is a 2x2 piece here. And this is another one of those journaling pieces from a little pad that I had. Elvis had his appointment at Shampoodle, so we went over to Shanklin to get fish and chips. We ate them in the park. Lovely. 13th of August 2020. Yeah, it must have been a really hot day that day, because I've only got like a vest top on there, so I'm very happy with my fish and chips, aren't I? Another throwback photo here to Elvis Week. So this was 1992 again. So this is black texture cardstock pattern paper. Just got Elvis Week at the top here with a little foam alpha with a wood heart and another one of those bow ties or bow pieces. A couple of musical note sequin pieces here. I'm wondering if one's missing or whether I did it like that. Oh no, I think I did, because I've got two here as well. And I've got this little cluster of stars here, a little metal crown, some buttons here, foam alpha that says groove, Brad, gem heart wood flare type wood piece there, a couple of tassels here, some more buttons, doily, and some more stars. So I've done the two clusters of stars and the two clusters of buttons, haven't I? And then I've done the two musical notes as well. And then this is just a 4x4 photo of me feeling the groove at Elvis Week. I've created my own journaling piece here with a wood musical note, a couple of stars again, hashtag the king, and this is one of my precious beloved Elvis stamps that I've used here, and I've just written in Hemsby 1992. The Elvis Weeks have always been about hitting the dance floor and cutting the moves to the music of the king, jiving, strolling, bopping, twisting, and just feeling the groove. The early days at Hemsby and then over to Mablethorpe, even in more recent years at Vauxhall with Lynn and Claire, just about the dance. That is so true. No, it's not a throwback. This is Elvis Day. So this is my 2020 Elvis Day layout. So the one that I always do on the 16th of August. Black texture cardstock, white texture cardstock. Created a frame, haven't I, here again. I've been doing that a bit lately with embellishments and stamping. So 2 4x6 photos of me in the area and by the memorial. I've created my own journaling piece here with some doodled outline. Bit of stamping. Sticker, and then another one of these photo play stickers from the Elvis set, another one here, another one here, and another one here. I love Elvis in Puffy, red wood heart. This is a glittered musical note piece. It was bare and I glittered it myself. This is a very, very old die cut piece from Die Cuts with a View set that I had many years ago. Mod Retro Stack it was called. So I've used some of my musical theme stamps here and to you know, just stamp relevant musical Elvis related things around the page. We went over to Reelstone Gardens quite early. We didn't want to contend with tourists and social distancing. We spent some time at the memorial and had a nice walk with the doggies. So that was, yeah, 2020, of course. Sorry, these videos are this video and the last one are quite long actually. I'm not quite sure why they're so long, because it's the same amount of layouts. This is a throwback Christmas layout, red pattern paper, present or gift pattern paper set slightly to the bottom right of the page with a 1/4 of an inch frame here and a 1 inch frame here, which is quite unusual. I don't do that too often. This is definitely a top left to bottom right layout with some extending embellishing, so star button pieces, tree button pieces, and this tree embellishment. 2 3x4 cards here, a little brad here with a star, a little pearl brad, a little Santa hat brad. I've used enamel dots here that I've done myself, enamel accents for the berries, and then this 4x6 photo of me at my parents' house in 1992. So this Christmas themed chipboard alpha set here, and I've framed that on white texture cardstock with I've inked the edges in green. A little chipboard piece here, green glitter tag, craft tag, doily, some brads here, and then I've just said Christmas in 1992. I didn't have a festive jumper back then, but I did have a Santa hat. Oh look, I did have a Santa hat in 1992. Bit of stamping here as well. Next one is another throwback simple layout, this time half and half page with this pattern paper. Yeah, it is pattern paper. I think it's Cartabella because of the texture, and then this boat or sailing themed pattern paper on the bottom half, and I've defined the difference with the baker's twine. Puffy alpha that just says Ibiza 1994. 3 wood florals here. I've punched out a circle here. I've added some little extra bits here from the alpha set, and I've inked the edges of this. It's cut out of pattern paper, I think, with lines on it, and 3 floral pieces. And I've just said there is never much relaxing time on a rock and roll holiday. It's all about the music and dancing. I guess we did take time out once in a while. So this is a chilled photo of us. It's small. I don't think it's 4x6. It's smaller than that, and it's framed on 2 little layers of pattern paper. Another throwback photo here. Red textured cardstock. This lovely rainbow star paper. So all 4 photos in the centre, I think slightly smaller than 4x6, just one cluster in the centre of the page, and then there's not a lot of room for anything else. So a line across here with a circle cut out of red glitter card and a trophy embellishment, yellow glitter foam alpha, black glitter foam alpha, celebrate good times, then the year 1996 down here. Cut out my own journaling piece here and done a doodled outline. And I've just said this was the first year at Mablethorpe for Elvis Week after moving from Hemsby. We won the drive competition and had fun celebrating our win with our friend. Crazy times looking back now. Yeah, there we are. Can you see? There we are. That's us there and here. Oh, this must have been our victory dance. I think when you won, you got to do a dance on your own. This is just messing about with the trophies there with our friend. And then this is not the following year. I think we won again. So white textured cardstock, this amazing Sparkle City pattern paper, which I've used already, and this is my one of my most favourite ever pattern papers. So this is unusual, isn't it? Because it's a vertical centred design, but with the extending section being the photos. So I've got the title at the top here in that chipboard glitter elf. I've got a leopard print glitter pattern paper here to reflect my top. White textured cardstock with a green. I've inked all these in green. This is with the trophy 4x4 photo. 2 4x4 photos on the dance floor, and then this kind of slimline photo here, which is probably about 2 by about 5 or 4, isn't it? And so what I've done is I've added the date on here in the same alpha set, and a tiny little journaling section that I've created myself, which says we won the drive competition at Elvis Week again. I think we retired after this. 2 phrase stickers. Yeah, we did retire after that. Yeah. Give someone else a chance, you know. Black textured cardstock, pattern paper with the dots, again placed to the bottom right of the page with a 1/4 inch section of black showing. I've used some gold ink splatter on here. So this is a strip of pattern paper with the days of the week on it. Some light bulbs here, light bulb puffies, a light bulb die cut, and then just this foam alpha again, backstage and the date 16th of August 2002. 2 4x6 landscape photos layered onto silver mirror card phrase stickers. So this is my husband and I. Shall I read this? I'll read this to you. We were asked by the London Elvis fan club to take part in a 25th anniversary show at the Ashcroft Theatre, Croydon. The show featured the Canadian Elvis impersonator Liberty Mountain. It was to be filmed for Sky TV. We were to open the show with our dancing. We had a dressing room and had to do rehearsals. Terrifying. Stage fright is a curse. It took me half an hour to recover after the show. I belong in the auditorium, not on stage. We met Jerry Marsden backstage, a very nice man. So yeah, oh my gosh, absolute nightmare. Never do that ever again. Terrifying. But the reason I wanted to say, the reason I use these light bulbs, which I could never think of a way to use otherwise, was we had our own dressing room with, you know, those iconic light bulbs around it, framing it. And there's me doing my makeup. And then this is a photo of us with Jerry Marsden. We both look very, very young. Sadly, he has since passed away, hasn't he? I know he did a lovely video at the beginning of COVID, an encouraging video at the beginning of COVID on his social media. And he did pass away in the last 2 or 3 years. So yeah, that was exciting. We never actually saw that ever because someone told us they saw it. We didn't, in those days, we didn't have Sky TV. Never seen it. I've searched for it in years later, never ever found it. So yeah, never ever saw it. And I believe Liberty Mountain, the Elvis chap, has passed away as well. Light blue textured cardstock, this lovely pattern paper here. Oh yeah, sort of, it's not even centrally placed, is it? Because it's placed to the right. So it's top left to bottom right really, but it's still like a filled sort of section. So I've got the 2 doilies, I've got the glitter domes, I've got a flare piece here. The title is that grey foam alpha, little bits from the alpha set as well. Some washi tape here, a little, oh, these are those little cards that you get in those little boxes where you put your addresses on. I got a bit obsessed with them for a while. Yeah, they like, you have like a box and you get whole, and they're used for like keeping records, aren't they? Like record keeping. But yeah, I don't think I've got any of those now, but I used those a lot back then. Maybe this is when I started using them. 4x4 pocket page card, star buttons, and some little faceted gems in the little sections of the alphabet there. And a little bit of stamping here. So I've said wearing a face covering is going to be a way of life for some time to come. It's something we shall have to get used to and learn to live with. I shall also have to learn to wear my masks the correct way up. I think I've got them both on upside down. I didn't realise until later. This was at the end of June 2020. I think we're on to the last one of this section. So yeah, I'm really sorry that these videos are getting long. I just talk too much, don't I? So this is like a 1/3 to 2/3 sort of this alphabet pattern paper at the bottom here, and then this pattern paper on the top with it. It's got text on, but I'm not sure what it says. And then I've defined the difference again here with the yellow baker's twine. I've got these bookshelf themed 2x2 cut apart pieces that I've laid across here. I've got a mixed title here, red chipboard, glitter foam, glitter chipboard, and that's glitter. And I've used some of those little tiny enamel dots in 3 sections, and I've made use of my book reading themed stamp set. Just talking about my favourite author is Millie Johnson, and I love to follow Dr. Amir Khan on social media, and he brought out his first book here. He has since brought out another book that I've read actually, and then I've just stamped here and here. My favourite author is Millie Johnson, and my favourite autobiography is by Dr. Amir Khan. A little bit of stamping again, and this is a stamp that I've got that I actually took the time to cut out actually, and use as a die cut piece. So yeah, that's all those 30 pages done for the 3rd album of 2020. So the next one will be the 4th album of 2020, and that'll be the final album of 2020. I'm not sure how many layouts are in that one. I'll have to count those up before I record it, of course. So once again, thank you for joining me for this project and your interest in this project. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you next time.